Welcome back to the farmhouse, my friends. Today I just want to take you along on a cold winter day here in Idaho. We have been getting snow all week, and today we are supposed to get 7 to 14 inches today and tomorrow. So the kids are super excited. We've already been doing some sledding, and we will be doing a lot more come Monday. Today I'm going to share with you 3 different things. The first is a jalapeno cheddar sourdough loaf. This is made with my easy sourdough bread recipe for beginners, and it's a super simple recipe. There's no kneading. It is just 2 cups of active bubbly sourdough starter, 1 cup of warm water, 3 cups of flour, 1.5 tablespoons of salt, and that's it. Then you just stir it up. It kind of resembles a biscuit dough after you stir it up with a rubber spatula. Cover it with a tea towel and let it rise in a warm place until doubled. I really love my stove this time of year and how it keeps everything nice and warm. So I do put this on top of my stove, and where it stays probably close to 80 degrees on top of my stove in the kitchen in the wintertime. And it doubles in a couple of hours, and then you stretch it and fold it 4 different times. And so the more you stretch and fold it, the better the texture of the bread gets, and the more it rises and the gluten develops, and it just becomes a beautiful dough. So we do that 4 times around, let it rise again until doubled, then do 4 more stretch and folds. Let it rise again until doubled, 4 more stretch and folds, and then let it rise again. And then after the last stretch and fold, I am going to chop up a bunch of Tillamook mild cheddar cheese into about 1/4-inch slices. I'm going to chop up a bunch of jalapenos. I'm actually going to use my cowboy candy instead of fresh jalapenos because I don't have any at the moment, so I'm just using what I have. You could definitely use a pickled jalapeno, or you could definitely use a fresh jalapeno. Whatever you have works great, but the idea is to get that spicy flavor in there with the cheddar and the sourdough. All those flavors just work really well together. This dough is very easy to work with. If it gets a little too sticky, you can always just get your hands wet with water, and that makes it a lot easier to handle. You could also use a little bit of flour, but I usually use water. I actually messed up when I made this loaf, and I used 1.25 cups of water, so it's a little more sticky than normal. But it's okay. You just use your bench scraper on the countertop, or you just use a little bit of water on your fingers. It still turns out delicious. And I actually think that the more moist your dough is, the better it springs in the oven. So it came out really good, and it turned out delicious anyways. Sourdough bread making is actually very forgiving. People have been doing it for thousands of years, and it is so forgiving. No matter what, it always turns out delicious, and your family always enjoys it. Sorry about my dog barking. I'm putting her away. So when you're done with all your stretch and folds, when you're done with folding in your cheddar and your jalapenos, you put it in the refrigerator and let it ferment for at least 4 hours in the fridge. That's what I did here. This did not ferment in the fridge overnight. It was just for 4 hours. Then I am going to score it. A little bit tricky to score around big chunks of cheese, but it turns out really pretty anyways. So I am just doing a little wheat design on one side, and then I will give it a nice slit. I think this is my favorite part of making sourdough bread, is being able to score it and then put it in the Dutch oven and cook it for 20 to 25 minutes. You preheat your Dutch oven in the oven at 425 degrees, so it's hot when you put it in the Dutch oven. And then you put that in the oven at 425 degrees. Let it spring up with the lid on inside the oven. So you put it in the Dutch oven, put the lid on it, put it in there. That keeps it moist inside the Dutch oven so that your bread can spring up. It gives it a nice spring. And then take the lid off and let it cook for 20, 25 more minutes till it finishes baking and becomes all golden brown on the outside. And that's it. One thing that is really hard for our family, or for me, is taking good pictures of sourdough bread, because once it comes out of the oven and it smells so good, our whole family is excited to eat it. And so waiting to cut it, usually if you wait to cut it, you can see all the bubbles inside and it's really pretty, but we usually eat it right away. Okay, on to the laundry room. Our laundry room needed a little love. I found this cute rug at Walmart for 20 bucks and it matched the color of our home. And then this picture we found at a thrift store for $10. Just patching some holes and organizing the shelves above the washer and dryer, making it a little bit more inviting. We are getting really cold temperatures this weekend, and so I am going to give the chickens a little extra love. I like to buy them extra fattening treats in the summertime, like sunflower seeds. And this little chicken, she broke a leg, so we're going to have to bring her inside the house for a little bit. I also have this dog warming bowl that I'm going to put outside for them to have water in. Just fill up their food, add some of those extra sunflower seeds inside, and then I'm also going to give those seeds to them outside. What is it? These chickens have been really great this year. We've been getting eggs, even though it's been really cold outside. Today I only got 2, but when we were on vacation for a week, we came back to a dozen eggs. Thank you so much for watching my video. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do, and we'll see you next time.